Most beginners lose not because their heroes are weak. They lose because they build 5 individually strong heroes and call it a team. By the end of this, you will know exactly why your team is losing, and how to fix it. Let's go! If you are starting a new Hero Wars account, use my affiliate link in the description for 1000 emeralds, 255,000 gold, Orion, and 70 Orion soul stones. Then activate the code AIDEN or Olympus ORION within your first 10 days for an even stronger start. Before you build anything, you need to understand what each hero is doing on your team. Every hero has a role. If you don't know the role, you are spending resources on heroes that work against each other without realizing it. Tank stands in front. Absorbs damage so your other heroes survive long enough to win. No tank, no team. Damage dealer. Marksman or warrior for physical teams, mage for magic teams. This hero is the reason you win. Everything else exists to keep them alive and hit harder. Support. This is where most beginners lose. Support is not just healing. Support heroes increase damage, reduce enemy defenses, give energy, or shield your team. Without the right support, your damage dealer runs at half power and you never know why. Healer keeps your team alive. Simple, but critical at high levels where one missed heal ends the fight. Control. Slow, stun, silence, disrupt. Control buys time, and at high levels, one well-timed control decides the entire outcome. You are not filling 5 random slots. You are building a structure. 1 tank. 1 or 2 damage dealers. 2 or 3 supports. That structure is what wins fights. But here is where most beginners make their first big mistake, and it is not about the roles. It is about something underneath that most guides never explain. We are getting to that next. There are 3 types of damage in Hero Wars: physical, magic, and pure. They work completely differently, and this is what destroys most beginner teams. Physical damage goes through the enemy's armor stat. High armor, your heroes hit for almost nothing. You are not losing because your hero is weak. You are losing because the enemy tank is absorbing most of your damage. Magic damage goes through enemy magic defense. Same problem, high magic defense, your mages are dealing a fraction of what they should. Pure damage ignores armor and magic defense entirely, so normal defensive stats do not reduce it. Here is why the numbers matter. Many developed tanks can reach around 50,000 armor and 50,000 magic defense. A physical damage dealer typically has around 30,000 to 35,000 armor penetration. That gap is the damage you are losing every fight. A hero like Krista has around 24,000 to 25,000 magic penetration. Against a tank with 50,000 magic defense, nearly half her damage is absorbed before it reaches the enemy. Half gone. Every fight. This is why penetration support is always the first support you need. Not healing. Not energy. Penetration first. Without it, everything else is built on a broken foundation. The beginner rule: 1 damage type per team. Physical, support armor penetration, and critical hit. Magic, support magic penetration. Hybrid teams can work, but start with 1 type, learn it fully, then explore. And once you have the damage type locked, there is still one thing that separates a working team from one that dominates. Most players never figure it out on their own. Roles tell you what each hero does. Damage types tell you how your team hits. Now the structure tells you how to combine them into something that actually wins. 1 tank. 1 main damage dealer. 2 to 3 supports. Every competitive team in Hero Wars is built on some version of this. Physical team, tank in front, damage dealer behind. First support covers armor penetration so your dealer hits at full power, second adds healing, third adds damage or control. Magic team, same structure, first support covers magic penetration, rest follows the same logic. The structure is identical. The pieces change based on damage type. Once you understand this, you stop randomly adding heroes and start building with intention. Pure damage is the exception, it skips the penetration requirement entirely, so you go straight to healing and control. You now have the structure. But structure alone will not make you unbeatable. The accounts beating teams with double their power are doing something else entirely, and it is something you can start applying right now. Synergy means hero skills that work together and multiply each other. A good synergy produces more damage, healing, or survivability than the heroes could produce alone. Sometimes a team built around the right synergy beats a stronger team with no synergy at all. You will see it happen. Let me show you 3 real examples, and each one hits harder than it looks on paper. Krista has a skill that places watermarks on enemies. When allied heroes deal magic damage to a marked target, they restore health equal to a percentage of the damage dealt. Lars and Cascade also place watermarks as part of their normal kit. So when all 3 are on the same team, every magic damage dealer generates healing every time they attack a marked target. Lars and Cascade are already doing their primary job, magic penetration, damage, pressure. But the watermark mechanic silently turns them into a healing engine at the same time. No extra slot. No trade-off. One skill from Krista, amplified by 2 heroes already in the team, creates an environment where your whole magic team survives longer and hits harder simultaneously. But that is the magic side. The synergy for physical teams is different, and it will make you question why you ever built without it. Sebastian adds critical hit chance to your physical damage dealer. Critical hits double the base damage. On top of that, Sebastian adds pure damage, a percentage of the critical hit, applied directly to the enemy. Base damage. Critical doubles it. Pure damage added on top. Stack those 3 layers and your damage dealer hits for 4 to 5 times what they produce without Sebastian. Same hero. Same power level. 4 to 5 times the output. If Sebastian is not part of your physical team plan, you are not just leaving damage on the table, you are fighting with one hand tied behind your back, and the enemy team knows it before the fight even starts. Those 2 examples follow the 1 damage type rule. But the third breaks it completely, and when it works, most opponents never see it coming. The third example is more advanced, and it is not something you need to build immediately as a beginner. But pay attention, because this is exactly how your thinking should evolve as you grow. Adam is a physical hero whose damage scales with his own health, more health during the fight, more physical attack. He needs allies who push his health higher. Berna is a magic hero. Every time she ultimates, she increases the total health limit of every allied hero on the battlefield. Not a heal, an increase to the health ceiling itself. Every Berna ultimate raises Adam's health cap, which raises his physical attack directly. For Berna to keep scaling, the team needs to stay healed close to maximum. This is where Hus comes in, a support hero who works particularly well alongside physical damage dealers, making him a natural fit next to Adam. The full chain, Hus keeps the team healed, Adam converts high health into physical attack, Berna keeps raising the ceiling so Adam keeps scaling deeper into the fight. Remove any one of them and the chain breaks. This is the question to start asking about every hero. Not, is this hero strong? But, Does this hero make my other heroes stronger? Pick your damage type. Physical or magic. Everything follows from that. Pick your damage dealer and tank. Those two are the core, everything else serves them. Find penetration support. Armor penetration for physical, magic penetration for magic. Not optional. Add healing to keep your team alive. Then, once that structure works, study the synergies. Which heroes amplify your damage dealer? Which combinations do more together than separately? Use the tools on the site, check the counter list, keep testing. That is where Hero Wars actually begins. The players beating teams twice their power are not lucky. They built the right structure, and then found the synergy that made it unstoppable. The difference between a good account and a great account is not stronger heroes. It is knowing why every hero on your team is there and what they are doing for each other. Most players will never think this deeply about team building. That is exactly why you will beat them. If this helped you, drop a comment with your current team, I read them all. Like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you want more beginner guides like this one. Keep thinking deeper. Keep testing smarter. Salute and friendship.